on today's episode of the Toy Chasers.
Bro, if we weren't on camera, I'd swiftly kick you in the balls right now.
I definitely wanted to punch them.
Both gone. Because I had to wait with you at the ATM.
It happens every single time, and he doesn't learn his lesson.
Yeah, it looks like how I feel right now, actually.
And that meat would actually like become part of his face because I'd throw it at him so hard. I don't know why I like that so much.
They're gone!
So you just took it to an incredibly sick level. You disgusting. We are on our way to a local convention by the name of Retro Expo. I'm already late. I want to get in because there's a couple of celebrity guests they got that I'm super excited to see.
We're always going to these things because they're awesome and you're always finding all kinds of awesome stuff there.
So honestly, the main reasons I wanted to get up this early and brave my way on the highway to come to this convention was to see, number one, Lee Majors. You don't understand how excited I am for this. That's freaking awesome. But also, Mr. Feeney's gonna be here.
You're always going to find something. It's just, do you want to spend the money on it or not is really the biggest question.
Fingers crossed that I can find some stuff that I can actually afford. Obviously, I don't have a lot of money to spend this time as well.
Man, I'm seeing this Herman Munster picture. My God, would I love to have this thing. It is so cool. $900? Are you kidding me?
What's up, boss? Good to see you, man. It's good to see you, man. Yep.
This booth is owned by Retro Madness. The owner here, Steve, we know him. He has several Retro Madness stores in the area. We go to them all the time.
Yeah, it looks like how I feel right now, actually.
And I'm looking around to see what they have. One thing that immediately jumps out at me is McFarlane Pedro.
It's amazing likeness, actually. And I never picked this up. I didn't know about these when the movie came out. I'm gonna.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna try to.
What's the first one?
27.
Here's the thing, Napoleon Dynamite seriously, truly is my favorite comedy of all time. I didn't know at the time that McFarlane had released a line of figures from it. If not, I would have been all over that. They have 27 on it, which in and of its own is not a bad price. I'm gonna kind of lowball them. Again, this is something I picked up from Shady J. I'm gonna say 15 because ideally I'd like to pay 20 for this thing.
I would love to get that for 15.
Do I have your vote as for Pedro? Because I'm campaigning for Pedro.
I voted for Pedro already.
Cash a card, brother.
They're okay with the price as is, 15. Holy moly, I can't believe I'm getting a Pedro for $15. This sucker is so good looking too. It looks just like Pedro.
It's a great price.
Can hook up the
I've
old-timers.
been watching that on eBay
Going
for
with
the
you
past couple of years, and 30, 35, and I just haven't never bit on the thing, so.
I think my favorite scene is when Uncle Rico takes that steak and he just goes "Wah," like that and just throws it right at Napoleon for no reason. It's the most uncalled for thing in the world. I would love to have been in Uncle Rico's place and have Billy right in that bite. I'd just Nolan Ryan that thing right into his face, and that meat would actually like become part of his face because I'd throw it at him so hard. Yeah, you'd be like a new Dick Tracy villain. You'd be Meatface. But you would suck. Nobody would be afraid of you, and then you would get killed like almost immediately, like your first appearance in one of the comics. They'd be like, "This guy sucks," and they'd get a Tommy gun, and you'd be like. You'd be like Ed 209 taking out that dude on RoboCop.
Watch this.
We run up on OK Chief. I didn't expect Chief to have a booth here. He always has great stuff. That guy finds the best stuff in his area where he lives. It makes me sick almost.
What is the most glorious turtle van you will ever see in your life?
I was talking about the Care
Oh my
Bears
God, you're
clock.
such a wuss. Why do you go? This is so cool, and then you go for like the sissy girl stuff.
The first thing that jumps out at me is this Care Care Bears wall clock.
Was he pointing out Care
He wanted that. I was like, look at this. He's like, ooh, look at this. This is cool.
And look, he's the sleepy Care Bear though.
It's not vintage, but it really reminds me of those like Christmas catalogs from back in the 80s. This was the type of thing that you always saw in these Christmas catalogs.
You do have the same eyelids.
I was kind of indifferent about Care Bears, honestly.
Is it weird that I really like this?
Yeah, kinda.
I'm kind of embarrassed that I'm interested in this.
Dude, is it weird that I like that, man?
No, it's not. There's like 1,000 people in here just like you, bro. But it's there till it isn't.
It's not like if the kids in your class knew you like Care Bears, like they'd be waiting for you, the third graders, to come in being like, I'm gonna get that guy. It's not like if you like Rainbow Bright or something. Because, you know, if that was the case, you'd kind of be asking for it.
Just when you think that trouble's gonna pounce, who's gonna be there when it really counts? To that Care Bears countdown and send a wish out through the air.
Golly, look at the prices on these now, dude. $100 for April. Dude, I remember you got it for like, what, 10, 15 bucks like 10 years ago? Good golly, you know what? I'm gonna have to get all of these right here.
So I see these vintage Ghostbuster bumper stickers.
These are vintage bumper stickers from a little movie called Ghostbusters.
This is the type of thing that, honestly, for me, really is something that I gravitate towards because it was the stuff that was supposed to be disposable. You know, it was like a Mr. T cereal box. You know, that was supposed to go in the trash almost immediately. You know, those bumper stickers are supposed to fade out over a year and you rip them off and put something new on.
Goddamn cheapskate.
I've never seen these before. Where did you find these at?
In a vintage toy store in Duluth, Minnesota.
So, you know what, dude? I'm gonna go ahead and get all three of them. Screw it. I don't want anybody else to have one.
So you're in the corner of the market?
I'm gonna, well, for this table anyways, I will. Screw you guys. I don't want you to get one. I want Jay to get one, so I'm gonna get all of them.
I love Ghostbusters. I've never seen these before, and the fact that this stuff is still around 40 years later is kind of impressive.
This is why we go to these places, right? You can find some of this stuff on eBay, but you would never think to look it up because you're seeing them for the first time or reminded of their existence for the first time in years.
The fact that these are still pretty good shape, this is awesome.
It's kind of creepy to begin with. You know, of course you run the risk of encountering ghosts, maybe aliens.
That's my definitely pile right there.
It's an Alf McDonald's box.
Squidhead, that's a really nice one too. I like that guy. It's a nice figure.
I love Kenner Star Wars toys, but I did not actually have a lot growing up. I had Hoth, Luke, and some generic soldier from Jedi.
I was looking at my Star Wars figures, and I have all the mainline stuff. They're just in really terrible condition. Like, none of them have lightsabers.
I would like to get a few more better condition ones. My Leia is essentially just rotting. I don't know what's wrong with her.
It looks like she's got like mold growing on her. Like she's got some disease. It's kind of disgusting.
Plastic cancer, because it's in the plastic itself from when it was being injected into the molds. You know, the stuff wasn't mixed properly, and that stuff starts to break down. You can't clean it off because it's in the plastic itself. It sucks. Might as well just give that to me.
Even if you got a full run of the old vintage Kenner collection, you can never have too many Gamorrean guards.
Look, a Rancor got hungry with this guy.
Just like, you know, if you run across an extra stormtrooper or a biker scout.
This is a variant I don't have right here.
This is an old Kenner Lando figure. I have this figure complete, actually. But I don't have this variant.
They actually painted his teeth.
This one, they actually painted the teeth. And they painted the whites in the eye, so it has a little bit more detail.
If you're gonna sculpt teeth, you might as well paint them, right?
Take away his laser pistol, Lobot. You'll pay for this, Lando Calrissian.
Han Solo and other action figures each sold separately.
Outnut, check the carbon freezing chamber. Ready, sir. Why did you do it? The Empire tricked me, Han. I had no choice.
He's missing everything. He's slightly yellow. I'm gonna see if I can't get this down to like $2.
It's just a figure. He's literally missing every accessory.
I think I'm gonna try to swindle him for $2.
I personally find collecting a lot more enjoyable when you're not obsessing over the condition of everything. The other benefit of that is you can get stuff for a lot cheaper too.
This is your heel turn.
I've never heard of this. There's a Transformers game on the Wii called Cybertron Adventures.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this. I didn't even know about this one.
This game came out on the Wii, and this just went right over my head. I didn't know this thing existed.
So hey, I got a proposition here. It's Lando.
Yes, sir.
No cape.
No cape. I know that.
No weapons.
Mm-hmm. Prices are
Yellowed.
Found yellow. The infamous yellowing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paint scratched off.
All right. Okay.
On the
okay.
hands.
What else do you want to add to it?
He's blue hands. He's slightly loose.
Slightly loose. Okay,
So-
that's a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else
Feel
you
that.
want to add to that?
Yeah, $2.
Some of the things I kind of want a massive discount on, but I think it's fair.
$2, bro. If we weren't on camera, I'd swiftly kick you in the balls right now. You're gonna get all of them, you greedy son of a bitch.
I'm gonna get all of them and I'll pay full price for these.
Okay, we'll do that.
I don't want to come off as a complete scumbag, so I offer to pay full price for the vintage bumper stickers. $10 a piece for these. I don't have a problem doing that. I throw that out there. I'll pay full price for this. See if you give me a discount on these other products here that are kind of loose.
Would you do $5 to him?
All this bundled together.
He knows I'm broke.
That's 10, 20, 30, 40.
This is so hard because
50,
you got no
60.
money and shit, so I gotta do the right
The
thing.
mercy, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to say anything, and he just knew I was broke.
You know.
I do 15 for all this.
I guess he just got so used to being around us, it was just inevitable that it was going to rub off onto him, and so he has no issue being a scumbag himself now.
Okay, so what about for these?
You just said you were paid full price for that,
Oh,
you
yeah,
son of a
yeah.
bitch. That was not. That's why I said for these, because you backtracked a little bit.
45.
Yeah.
$15 for this game and these figures. I'm happy with that.
Okay, I like that. I like that idea.
Oh, and what about those? The one I just said.
You know, I got to be smart with my money at this point too, because I got autographs I got to get, and we just started shopping also.
I'll have to get some cash.
There's always something with you, Melvor.
That's a little bit less than I was expecting to pay, so I'm gonna ask about this wall clock over here that I have no business being interested in, but I am.
How much for the Care Bears? The Care Bears clock. I don't know why I like that so much.
My sister actually had a couple Care Bears growing up. I definitely wanted to punch them. Not as much as the porcelain dolls.
We'll do 10.
All right.
And it works.
Okay, I'll do 10 for that.
Actually, I didn't want to punch those because I knew they would haunt me if I did.
I feel like one of those bronies right now, you know? Like,
Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I should
no
be
doubt.
should be ashamed right now. Did you see him nod? He goes, yeah.
Maybe I'm justifying it. Maybe I'm trying to kind of diminish the shame that I should feel right now for wanting this, but the Care Bears were, I mean, they were boys who like Care Bears also. It wasn't specifically a girl product.
Who's gonna be there when it really counts? Do that Care Bears countdown and send a wish out through the air. And send a wish out through the air. Just do that Care Bears countdown. Just when you need them, they'll be there. Just when you need them, they'll be there.
It just feels like the 80s,
Whatever
you know?
floats your boat, man. It's cool.
I think it's cool.
I'm not judging.
You're kind of judging.
I am.
I think he just wants to get rid of me at this point. He's just like, okay, fine, just everything for $50.
Go get my Care Bear.
I'm just. It's $50.
$50, okay.
Go give me my money.
I thank you very much. That's great. Thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
hook him up. He's my friend.
It's funny how many times being just an unlikable swine has benefited us monetarily from paying less than we should because people just want to get us away.
You would think it would be sad at this point, the fact that we always go to places completely broke, but we're used to it. It's like a hitman, I guess, like, you know, the first person you murder is like really hard, but then it just gets easier.
somebody bought the Power Glide.
We've done the rounds a couple of times, and we keep coming back to this booth that has some Transformers. Billy was interested in a Power Glide and a Cosmos.
And they're gone!
Oh, it's gone! Oh, it's not fair, it's not fair!
Both gone. Because I had to wait with you at the ATM.
It happens every single time, and he doesn't learn his lesson. But you know what? Not just him, Jay and I'm just as guilty as well. Who doesn't have Power Glide and Cosmos at this point anyways? I'm happy that Billy basically screwed himself over. He also, though, runs across a Hot Rod. Of the 86 line, he's one of the better looking bots, in my opinion. I think the proportions are decent. He has a nicely sculpted face. He doesn't have like a pea head the way, you know, Jazz had or Prowl.
No, I didn't actually have a whole lot of Transformers based on the third season after the movie came out. However, Hot Rod was one that I actually did have.
25?
Yeah, he got Optimus killed, but he was still pretty cool.
I do, but he's kind of like beat up pretty bad.
This guy's asking 25 for this Hot Rod, you know, which probably isn't a bad price. He's in pretty good shape. He's not broken. All of his pieces are there. He's just missing his guns.
I think we're gonna pony up the money to get this thing.
I think this is the Target Master version, which actually does go for a little bit more than just a standard 86 version.
No, you don't, Megatron! Out of the way, Hot Rod!
Holy crap, it's got a Megatron.
I am seeing a Megatron, and Megatron is, without a doubt, the #1 Transformer I am looking for. Megatron is one of the Transformers I have the most nostalgia for. Over the years of doing this, I've passed on it again and again and again, and this thing has gone up and up and up.
You know what he's asking on the Megatron?
Well, this is mine. It's 300.
And now it's to the point where if you want it complete, you're spending $300.
Call in an Insecticon later!
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Transformers.
Robots in disguise.
I could have got it for like 60 or 70 at one point many years ago. And it just drives me insane.
It's like we keep smashing ourselves into the brick wall over and over and over again, and we're stunned every single time we do it.
He's just missing an antenna, but I have a bunch of parts.
He has an Insecticon. It's a broken Insecticon. I collect parts for Transformers.
If he's mostly there, I have an extra head. Yeah.
I have kickback. Actually, I have several kickbacks. But again, like Star Wars, like a Gamorrean Guard or a Stormtrooper, this is one of those figures in the Transformers line that if you run across one, it's not going to hurt to have an extra Insecticon. This is one that you can kind of army build with.
Kickback is only 5 because he's missing an antenna.
I'll take it. I couldn't wait. I automatically buy this Insecticon for $5. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even really thinking there's anything else here. It's going to be within my price range.
He's all there. He's not broken, is he? How much for him?
$10.
He also has an aerial bot that I don't have. He has Skydive here. As kids, we only had 2 aerial bots growing up. And they were both Dodongos. Oh, what, bro?
I have Silverbolt. It's the only one. It's the only aerial bot I got.
It's $10, which is actually a really good price considering the fact that he's not missing his nose cone or his tail.
Look, so if he's gonna get this aerial bot, then I'm gonna try to bundle all this stuff together. Why not save him $5? That way he'll owe me.
So you said 25 on that. He said
10
on that. Hey, would you do 30 for both of these?
Yeah, okay.
And the guy accepts. So basically I got $5 off of my aerial bot. Billy paid full price.
Not bad.
Robots in disguise.
So that's one fire.
So before it gets too late, I want to go hit the autographs. I want to get Lee Majors' autograph. For me, he's Colt Seaver. He's the fall guy. That's what we grew up watching. Dude, I love that show so much. So you just took it to an incredibly sick level. You disgusting. So most people probably know him as the $6 Million Man. I, on the other hand, I grew up with the Fall Guy. He is Colt Seaver to me. That's how I know Lee Majors. I freaking love that show so bad. In the show itself, he's a professional stuntman who, on the side, solves crime, like many did in the 80s, just because it was the 80s. That's what we did, you know. I freaking love that show so bad. Has seriously one of the best theme songs ever in any TV show. The song was released as a single in Europe, so I ordered an import of the single, and I take it up to him. I'm geeking out, man. I'm geeking out because I'm in front of Colt Seaver here, and I set it down. And he's like, "Oh, I've never seen this one before," and we start talking about the record, and he signs it. I'm gonna get that sucker framed and put up on my wall, dude. I was that's freaking awesome. Check that out. He was like, I haven't seen this before. Also, William Daniels is here, the voice of Kit from Knight Rider, aka Mr. Feeney.
I love Knight Rider. In fact, I was like, you know, one day I'm gonna get a car and it's gonna be Knight Rider. I'm still waiting.
He's in his 90s also when he's here. I can't believe that these two guys are in the same building as me, because I grew up watching both of these guys in one form or another. These guys are part of my childhood, you know, and the fact that I'm able to meet them and get their autographs, you know, especially at their age, I can't not take advantage of this opportunity. Putting all this stuff on credit cards, but I think it's worth it really just to have the opportunity to say, hey, yeah, I met Colt Seaver. Have you? Oh no? Okay, keep walking then. He didn't sound like Kit. Maybe it's just because he's in his 90s right now, so.
What would you have done if he was behind the desk, he shook your hand, and he was like, stood up, and he had no pants on?
What are you doing imagining 90-year-old men standing up with no pants on? Huh? What is wrong with you?
Asking what would you do if it happened?
Why would that even come to your mind though? Huh? You know what, if it happened though, I would probably just play it cool and be like, hey, it's nice to meet you, you know? Thank you for... Oh, he has nothing on.
Yes.
See, I didn't even... I figured he'd be in his boxers. So you just took it to an incredibly sick level. You disgusting.
I was testing you.
Because because I would have been like, ooh, no. That was a possibility, right?
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of stuff here. Saw a lot of cool stuff. Most of the stuff that I was interested in, kind of a little bit out of the price range in which I wanted to pay, except for the Transformers, and that's why I picked them up, because I thought they were very, very reasonable, if not a pretty decent deal. So I'm happy with what I got.
So I came here and did what I wanted to do. I saw who I wanted to see, got some things that I wanted, and overall I think it was a good day. It was a fun day. It's always fun to go to a convention and just kind of look around and see things and hopefully run across some people that you know. You are another creep. You know that? I saw what you did in that last episode.
Who buys a Care Bear clock?
Yeah, no, everything's just turned into a big blur. It's like I stopped counting birthdays like seriously like 15 years ago. I was like, well, what's the freaking point? You know, like after 30, seriously, who cares? What's it matter? Seriously, I kind of have to, when somebody asks, sometimes I'll have to do the math. Like, how old am I? You know how many birthdays I've actually forgotten of mine? I seriously don't count anymore. I don't care. It's like, why do I want to be reminded about how old I am, you know?
So I watched Ghostbusters once in school. I was never like the biggest fan. And I don't want, and you know, someone's going to misconstrue what I just said as to, oh, he hates Ghostbusters. No, I just wasn't a giant fan of it. I liked it, and I still like it to this day. I think it's a great movie, but I've never been like a fanatic about it. Because I never had any Ghostbusters toys growing up. I didn't have the cereal. I watched the movie once and that was it. One time though, in my neighborhood, the house behind the alley from where we lived, for whatever reason, the house just became abandoned. And it had stayed abandoned for like months and months and months. None of the other kids and I knew why. It was just gone. Like, the people were gone. But here's the thing. They left all their stuff, and it was in shambles. It was like a complete wreck. It was like a hurricane or something had happened. And it was unlocked, the back door. So us being sneaky kids, we were like, we got to figure out what's going on here. It's a big mystery, right? So we go in, and stuff everywhere. It's the inside of the place is just destroyed. And it's kind of creepy to begin with. You know, of course you run the risk of encountering ghosts, maybe aliens. Who knows why these people left? Maybe something scary. And everything's fine until we go into the bedroom, and on the door, I remember it vividly, on the back of the door when you close it was a big Ghostbusters poster. I don't know why, but everybody, all three of us, almost crapped our pants, screamed, ran out of there, because it was almost in our mind that was confirmation that this house was haunted because there was a Ghostbusters poster. Because why else would you have a Ghostbusters poster unless the house was haunted? Anyway, that was what our thinking as 10-year-olds were. And I still remember it to this day. So that was one of my biggest experience with Ghostbusters. Sure as hell didn't have bumper stickers though.
So you just took it to an incredibly sick level. You disgusting pervert. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, dude. You make me sick, man.
Wow, you're just going for the jugular tonight.
Like this was unwarranted?
I just asked a simple question.
A simple, innocent question,
Yes.
right? What in the world?
You were a creep. I was testing you.
Because because I would have been like, ooh, no. That was a possibility, right?
They're like, woo, get back.
Also, William Daniels is here.
Oh, Mr. Feeney. Look, I'm not big on getting celebrity autographs. I think maybe Schwarzenegger, and that's about it. Or Mr. T, Rocky. That's about it. Well, Sylvester Stallone. I was a big Knight Rider fan, like huge growing up. It was Airwolf and it was Knight Rider. In fact, there's a Blu-ray set, Knight Rider and Airwolf. I'm just not big on getting autographs from people. I'm just not. I don't know what it is. I'm just not. But I love Knight Rider. In fact, I was like, one day I'm going to get a car and it's going to be Knight Rider. I'm still waiting.
I want to get Lee Major's autograph because, he's in his 90s now. He's been sitting there signing autographs and taking pictures for half the day already. And I know us, considerably much younger than he is at this point. By the end of a convention, we're just drained. There's just something weird that it's exhausting going to a convention and sitting on your butt and just signing autographs all day. I don't know what it is, but he's in his 90s and he's, so doing it myself. Maybe it's because I'm a wimp. I don't know.
All day.
But I'm
all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, all day. No.
From morning to evening.
Signing autographs.
With a handler and
being at a booth, okay? Sitting there at a booth.
Okay. Maybe that.
Sitting at a booth all day, signing autographs because I'm so popular. You get the hand cramp, but it's tiring. It's the weirdest thing. You wouldn't think so, but it's just draining. Being at a convention, maybe it's just the energy in the air. But, and this guy's in his 90s, and he's been doing it half the day already. I want to make sure that I'm actually able to get his autograph before he's just too tired. And this is...
Or you were wanting to say dead.
I wasn't... No, that's not what I was going to say.